It's a lot of things. So the media is one. The organization of communities to sensitize the people, it is so important in Islam. I think we should be doing that. We have to sensitize the people, different communities. We also have to use the member. The member have to be used to sensitize the people. The moral decay. Each and every one of us should play a role, because there is no magic that we can do right now to change the status quo. The only thing is we have to raise our voice, use the same media to sensitize the people. Otherwise, we got a long time to go. The center of rehabilitation, I think, should be made available in the communities. Just like in the western part of the world, I keep bringing it up. If they go way wide, they don't know where to go, they have centers to, reconnect them. They have established a lot of centers to reconnect them, to change them, to bring them back to become humans again. But that center is not doing well, because within the core of that center is that kind of freedom that they have. Certain things you can do because they've given them the freedom of whatever they can do. But here we can do it. Establish centers, how to transform the people, using the khutbah as a medium to reform our education curricula. Our education have to be, changed also. The curriculum have to be made in such a way that it is not consistent with the Western ideology, even though it's secular. But I understand we can't overturn everything. But we have the voice to say we don't want this and that in our, our curricula. We don't want our children to be taught certain things that they are teaching them today. Gayism is rampant everywhere. In as much as, I don't know about Obama, the former United States president. Instead of doing the right thing, he's running all over the place asking people to allow the gay and lesbian to do whatever they want to do because they have freedom. So I understand that he have 2 daughters. I don't know if he's going to be happy if they venture to do things like that. But the power behind that is more than him. You might be thinking that it is him that is saying that. No, it's not. He's just the president. We have people who pull and push the government, not just United States. It's a global issue that they have to have an agenda. Look, we need war. We need about 4 wars in the next 10 years. They need the war so they could sell their merchandise. They have to create a war. And we're going to be at the receiving end. Few leaders in Africa and part of Asia have raised their voice to counter whatever that is happening, because it is immorality. But the moment you raise your voice, you become the bad guy. And so those who brave themselves to storm this fire, they always been in a situation that they don't like at all. Reform our education. I agree with that. Charity begins at home. We should do the best that we can at home. Our children are going out all the time. They are on television. If they are not, then they are on YouTube. They are on this. It's in their palm. So we have to be very careful the way we address that issue of social media with them. They need it so much. They think it's cool. They think it's okay. They think it's the latest fashion that they can exhibit themselves. But at the same time, it is something that is causing a lot of problem at home. So we should be very careful. Mass education about Islamic akhlaq. We need to, showcase the Islamic akhlaq. In fact, 2016, there was a conference in Turkey, Istanbul, and I happened to be one of those who were invited to come. What the center is trying to do is to create an avenue whereby the secular ideology that we have today could be replaced by Islamic teaching. In other words, we're not going to scrape completely the secular ideology, but we're going to present the Islamic alternative if it's okay. In fact, still, it is an ongoing project. They say by the turn of the 21st century, they should be able to come to conclusion. Everything should be ready so we could pilot project what the seculars are doing with the Islamic edifice, which I agree it can be done. Because Allah said in the Quran, وَلَقَدْ صَرَفْنَا فِي هَذَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلنَّاسِ مِنْ كُلِّ مَثَلٍ. Indeed, in the Quran, we have explained everything. وَكُلَّ شَيْءٍ فَصَّلْنَاهُ تَفْصِيلًا. Whatever you can think of and digress, Allah said it has been explained in details in the Quran. So it's about time that I think public speakers should also be given that aptitude to be able to speak about. I think we should make one voice. The voice that we should make is that we should allow public speakers to speak on this issue. Just like you're doing advertisement on television. They keep showing the same thing over and over and over again. And you begin to wonder. What they're doing is that the more they show it over and over again, your brain will absorb it and you will agree with it and you act upon it. That is why in the Quran, all the time you find certain verses have been repeated. It's a strategy. The more it's being repeated, the more it becomes part and parcel of your IQ, the more you think of it and the more you try to actualize it. And so we should do that. Public speakers should be given that impetus to rise up from different part of the world, different part of Nigeria, different part of Africa. We should be speaking on that a lot. We have pilot project that in upstate New York. We have pilot project that, and so far it looks like it's working. That is human being. And today you go to any supermarket, what you see in front, the moment you enter, it is strategically put there that just so your eyes will hit it. Even though you don't have an idea to buy those stuff, you've written everything that you want to buy, but the moment you get there, you want to buy it because there is something they are trying. And most of the time, watch it. Whatever you see, once you enter into the supermarket, it is a new product. They want to see if it sells. And the moment you see, they beautify it. The moment you see, you pick it up and you put it. It may not taste good, but the packaging is good. So what I'm saying is that we should package our deen. We don't have packaging, and that is true. Look at the other religion. Look at the way. Just look at how they package stuff. It is a lie, but they package it well, and it sells. We have the truth, but we don't have packaging. Packaging is the key. This right here, if I should put it in a packet, I tie it and beautify it with the gold, this and that, people will buy it. They don't even know what is inside, but the packaging will attract them. So I think we need packaging. Once we get the packaging, we could sell our ideology. And we are trying that, and it's working. And so the moral decay or the moral fiber that we have today in the world that we live in is a result of our negligence. It's a result of our negligence. Things that we're supposed to do, we put it aside, thinking that he's supposed to do it. No, each and every one of us have to play a part. Once we play your part, he plays his part, we put it together, it becomes one unison. I've just mentioned that. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Hold on, all of you, to the rope of Allah, and do not be divided. Holding all to the rope of Allah is that which the Sahaba did. The Sahaba, back in the days, they were the height of morality. They were walking angels on top of the earth. They were human beings, but they were like angels walking the earth. Everybody all over the globe is trying to be like them because of the high moral conduct they exhibited, because they drank it from the school of the Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In as much as it's a country here in East Africa by the name Mozambique. There is one tabi'u by the name Musa ibn Ubayk. He was the one that lived in that part of Africa. He lived there and he taught them Islam. That is why in Tanzania, in Uganda, in Kenya, you find, most of their language, you find Arabic in it. Tanzania especially, the Swahili, it's like 45% Arabic. It's as a result of a teacher who left the Arabian Peninsula when Allah said, Siru fil ard. They understood the message. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا كَافَةً لِلنَّاسِ. We have not sent thee, but for the whole of mankind. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. فَبِمَا رَحْمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ لِنْتَ لَهُمْ. We have sent you for mercy. So the Messenger Muhammad gave them the latitude to travel on earth. And it is among that understanding that Musa ibn Ubayk, he came to the shore of Africa, but he lived in that part of East Africa. So when he died, the people, according to what we understand in the books of antiquity, they cried for more than 2 months. What a man, what a beautiful soul, what an angel walking the earth. because the life he exhibited in the community is resonating in them. He changed them and reformed them. Within minutes, the Western people, they could not say Musa ibn Ubayk. They say Mozambique. It's actually Musa ibn Ubayk. You know how they call things. They know very well, but they're not going to tell you. It is up to you to dig in to find the information. We know from 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, up to the 16th century, when the whole world is engulfed in darkness, total darkness, ignorant, the Jahiliyyah period. The Quran began to descend. The Nubuwah started in Jahiliyyah period. Then it became the Light Ages. The Light Age. When the Europeans were living in cages, they don't take no shower, they don't have no soap, they live in cages. People have to come to the Islamic world to learn high class of hygiene, ethics, the moral ethics, business etiquette, societal living, the coexistence. They learn from the Muslims. But it's so very sad. We find ourselves, languishing in the situation that we are in. It is as a result of us not learning or not reading or not understanding the situation of the Quran. So the Muslim community have given the Western community, in fact, they owe us a huge amount of debt, in as much as we push them to Renaissance. The result of the Islamic thinking, knowledge, whatever we give them, that pushes them to Renaissance, that pushes them to learning, because they were in quagmire and we